Are you struggling hard to cope with your autoimmune disease symptoms on a daily basis? Have you spent tons of cash in medical bills and time searching for a cure, but only to be disappointed time and time again? Are you looking for a natural yet effective way to finally keep your autoimmune disease in check? Hi, let me introduce myself. My name's Samantha Miller. It all began with 15 gallstones. One night, not long after my 32nd birthday, I awoke with severe abdominal pain. Next came the violent vomiting, and then, as the worst of the pain finally subsided, the dull ache that would last for a few days. This scenario repeated itself 3 more times within the subsequent weeks. Fortunately, this was the easy part. First, a visit to a gastrointestinal specialist who ordered an ultrasound. Next, the ultrasound itself. And lastly, I'm whisked into a subarctic operating room where my gallbladder is removed. The relief this surgery provided was unexpected. I was light as air for nearly 2 years afterwards, with no problems whatsoever. It's what came next that happens all too often in the difficult-to-diagnose world of autoimmune disorders. In late April 2015, my girlfriend and I decided to take a fun trip to Atlanta, and it all spiraled downhill from there. For months after that trip, life was difficult. I quickly learned that I would need to remain within walking distance of the nearest bathroom following a meal. As the last bite was entering my mouth, the first bite was beginning its exit. No exaggeration. I should have just flushed most of my meals in those days directly down the toilet. My doctor told me this was nothing more than a side effect of living without a gallbladder. But wait, why now? Why nearly 2 years after the fact was I just beginning to experience symptoms? I couldn't make sense of this explanation, but accepted it as I had no other options at the time. Debilitating cramps, bloating, and gas pains frequently marred my days. A few were severe enough to keep me home from work. The pain was just too intense to focus on anything else. Suddenly, I began to notice how tired I was. I picked up the phone and made yet another doctor's appointment. This is when I found out I have Crohn's disease. A well-meaning but not fully informed doctor prescribed another round of antibiotics, which I took because I had no better ideas. But I'm not feeling any better. During the month of June, my pain amped up to another level. I began to notice a concentrated, sharp burst of pain high on my left side each time I ate a meal. My fatigue had reached a new level along with the pain. My eyes never felt fully open, and the brain fog I lived in seemed to decrease my IQ by at least 1 standard deviation. It was miserable. I felt like crying constantly. That's when I stumbled upon this on the internet. Autoimmune Paleo Diet Protocol. What is Autoimmune Paleo Diet Protocol? The Autoimmune Paleo Diet Protocol, or AIP diet, is a classified pattern of eating that heals the gut mucosa and immune system by making the right food choices. It's applicable and can be adopted by any person experiencing any inflammatory disease. Our existing food choices and the type of food we rely on for our nutrition is getting worse by the day. Instead of treating diseases and strengthening our immune system, our food is the main reason we're diagnosed with autoimmune diseases. This is a condition where the body fails to identify between foreign invaders and healthy tissues and causes a hypersensitive reaction to occur. When left untreated, the body gets into a phase where it starts to self-tissue attack. As it continues for months or years, this self-attack on healthy tissues silently leads to the development of autoimmune diseases. There are officially more than 80 autoimmune disorders, and almost all of them do one thing in common: self-attacking the healthy tissues in places like the salivary glands, brain tissues, or thyroid gland. The AIP was designed in a way that it naturally helps the body to reduce inflammation. While there are other diets for autoimmune disorders too, none of them are enough to offer similar benefits as the AIP diet. But there's a catch. Autoimmune paleo diet is notoriously hard to implement. I know because I implemented this diet for a few months and it was tough. Here's why. First, the AIP diet is very strict on the type of food you must avoid. For example, you cannot have nuts, eggs, alcohol, or even chocolate in your menu. And that's the short list of prohibited food to take. I could take the food restrictions in order to ease my Crohn's disease symptoms, but to go without some of my favorite food, like chocolate, was tough. In addition, the AIP diet has another phase called the reintroduction phase. This is a phase where you can slowly reintroduce certain nutritional food back to your diet, but a small mistake here will take you back to scratch one, or even worsen the symptoms of your autoimmune disease. But the worst part of all is, it's very difficult to prepare AIP-compliant food on a daily basis, which are not only fast and easy to prepare, but also delicious to consume. Here's why I've prepared this short but comprehensive handbook on AIP for you. Introducing Autoimmune Paleo Diet Cookbook, 70+ easy-to-prepare, mouth-watering, and healthy autoimmune paleo diet protocol recipes exposed. This handbook was prepared based on my hard-earned experience in implementing the AIP diet, and I want to share it with you so that you don't have to suffer unnecessarily like me. In the handbook, you'll be exposed to 5 steps how to easily implement AIP diet in your life without all its associated problems. Understand what is the elimination phase and what foods you must avoid and what you can continue to consume. What is the reintroduction phase and 3 surefire ways to successfully ease yourself back to nutritious food without the side effects. Key terms you must know about AIP so that you can prepare well in advance for this diet. And most importantly, 70+ top autoimmune paleo diet recipes in 18 categories you can use immediately to prepare delicious and fast AIP-compliant food. Do you agree that by having such a handbook will extensively shorten your learning curve? But most importantly, help you to quickly take charge of your life and bring into control your autoimmune disease naturally and now. Well, I've spent thousands of hours sifting through the internet jungle to get the best information out there on AIP, and it's all in this handbook. In addition, I've also imparted my experience in this area so that you can easily follow my lead and lead a stress-free life with the AIP diet. So, how much will this be worth to you? Well, for today, if you invest in Autoimmune Paleo Diet Cookbook, 70 plus easy to prepare, mouth-watering, and healthy autoimmune paleo diet protocol recipes exposed handbook, you can get it all for only $27. And on top of the handbook, you'll also get 2 bonus reports for free. How to Live Well with Autoimmune Disease, 7 Steps How You Can Too, the Top 10 Autoimmune Disease Checklist, Symptoms, and How to Deal with It. But that's not all. If you're not happy with the handbook in any way within the next 60 days, I'll personally refund all your money to you. No questions asked. So in summary, here's what you'll get for only a $27 investment today. You'll get the Autoimmune Paleo Diet Cookbook, 70 plus easy to prepare, mouth-watering, and healthy autoimmune paleo diet protocol recipes exposed handbook. 2 free bonus reports, How to Live Well with Autoimmune Disease, 7 Steps How You Can Too, the Top 10 Autoimmune Disease Checklist, Symptoms, and How to Deal with It, and a 60 days, no question asked, money-back guarantee to test drive the handbook. There's absolutely no risk on your side. If you're serious in finally taking charge of your autoimmune disease, click the button below now. I'll see you on the other side.